Here we go. All we need is an open road and a chance to see a never-ending world that's beautiful. Here we go with the sunlight on our skin. It's a brand new day. It's ours to take and we will let it in. This is where the adventure begins.
The Vall de Boí is hosting, over the course of 4 days, the 4th edition of the Bouf Mountain Festival and the Skyrunning World Championships in a location where the Pyrenees touch the sky. The first day features the festival's opening press conference and starts putting together the bib numbers for the Bouf Epic Trail mountain races. The favorites to win are ready to go.
コンディションはすごくいいです。2週間前にね、ここに入ってきて。
I feel great. I arrived 2 weeks ago, so I don't feel any jet lag at all. I'm really prepared for these races. The climbs are not as steep in Japan, so I wasn't able to train there. But climbs are my strong suit, so I'll try to push hard tomorrow. If I win, I'll be really happy.
明日は、攻めまくりたいなと思います。で、それでね、結果的に勝つことができたら僕はとても嬉しいです。
Romanesque heritage and the Vall de Boí are closely connected and form a magical pairing. Ollana Cortázar gives us her impressions before the race.
Hace creo que unos 2 años o 3 que no corro.
I haven't done a vertical K for about 2 or 3 years now, I think, but during my training there are a few routes where I live where I specifically train on terrain like a vertical K. There was only one spot left on the team and the coach offered it to me. And if you take into account all the different terrains that a race can have, such as going up, down and so on, what I like the most is going up. So I said, sure, why not? 9 years ago, in 2012, I won the vertical kilometer world championships right here, and this could be a nice way to relive that memory. But at 37 years old now, I'll probably have to face younger competition with more energy and a different pace.
Probablemente me tenga que enfrentar a rivales más jóvenes y con más chispa y otro ritmo, ¿no?
Y bueno, es un recorrido.
I live in La Cerdaña in La Molina and I have plenty of peaks to train on. That's what it's all about at the end, physically working on the specific types of inclines and pushing as hard as you can.
I like verticals, and I'm usually pretty strong at it. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. But I hope I will do good and I will push as hard as I can.
Welcome back. We're back to it.
The World Championships are about to begin and the enthusiasm is palpable in La Vall de Boí. The vertical K is an astonishing race. Warming up well and getting mentally prepared are crucial for the 3-kilometer plus race. All the participants are extremely concentrated, focusing on their strategies, and they are off! The runners quickly enter the town, facing the climb ahead. Being too ambitious in the early stages can take its toll.
Works up in the sky. Welcome back. We're back to it. Welcome.
The Japanese runner Ueda is showing a strong performance and stands out from his rivals with less than a kilometer to go. Ueda makes it clear that climbs are his strength as he goes for the gold. The Spanish runner Dani Osanz tries to catch up, seeing the distance that separates him from Ueda and trying to shorten it. The Swiss runner De Lorenzi continues his search for the podium and doesn't give up. He has a small gap behind him and he can reach the bronze medal. The runners let it all out to their last breath on the climb. Ueda shows no surprise when he reaches the finish line and celebrates his triumph. His intense effort is evident upon his arrival. Ueda is the new vertical world champion. Osanz has the silver medal within reach and crosses the finish line very excited. What an achievement! De Lorenzi holds 3rd place and earns the last spot on the podium. He arrives completely exhausted and catches his breath while joking with Ueda. The race was incredibly fast. The final meters take an eternity, and crossing the finish line is celebrated like a victory. Strength, stamina, perseverance, and overcoming the odds all blend together in the first run of the World Championships that delight everyone present. The line the runners make is impressive, and the first warmer stands out clearly from the pack. The Czech runner Basinova doesn't seem to give her rivals any chance. Basinova's main pursuer is Cortázar, still far behind. The Spanish runner continues strongly and aims to head for the leader. Basinova sees the finish line and shows no weakness. She is the new world champion and crosses the line feeling very happy, yet completely spent at the same time after the vast effort she put in. She needs to recover and soak in her victory. Cortázar crosses the finish line second and arrives totally exhausted. Her hard work has paid off and she has earned the precious silver medal. The bronze medal has yet to be claimed, but Passe isn't letting anyone pass her. The French runner finishes third, and despite her great fatigue, her overwhelming joy is clear. The satisfaction of being able to cross the finish line is incredible. It's time for the runners to breathe in oxygen and come to terms with everything their bodies have given. Wera ending up winning 32 seconds ahead of Osanz, and De Lorenzi was able to take the bronze by 10 seconds. What a race! Time show how Basinova dominated, taking the gold over 2 minutes ahead of Cortázar. Passe, specialist in vertical races, took the bronze a good distance ahead of the Swedish runner Elcott. Once the runners have recovered from their efforts in the morning, the presentation of the skyrunning World Championship is celebrated with the representative of all the delegations. At the same time, the vertical medal ceremony is held, the ultimate pride for the best international skyrunners.
Excited and super happy. It was for me very unexpected because I'm not specializing or vertical. It was my actually second vertical race in my life. So yeah, in the morning it was a little bit tough. I was really tired after 13 hours yesterday. I spent on an airplane and getting here. So I had a little bit of stomach issues, but the second half everything went very well, and yeah, I managed and finished on the first, which is a great experience, and I'm super happy about it.
Wera is thrilled he earned the gold.
とても今すごい、ハッピーな気分です。
I'm very happy. I knew that Daniel was a very strong runner. He's in great shape and I managed to win, so I'm really happy.
そのね、彼に勝てたことはすごい誇りに思います。
I was injured during the last two World Championships, so I was finally able to win and I'm thrilled.
今回ついにね、世界一取れてすごいとても嬉しいです。
Bueno, la Buff Epic en realidad no la he hecho nunca como carrera.
Well, I've never actually done the Buff Epic as a race. We were here for a training camp and we were able to train for it over the course of a few days. This is a spectacular place for a mountain race. On the first day we covered 30 kilometers and everyone on the team agreed. You cover all the different areas in a relatively small stretch of the race. Technical areas, trails, runnable areas, meadows, rocks and crests. There's a bit of everything. For me, it's an ideal place, incredibly nice. On top of that, it looks like we'll have great weather, so I'm looking forward to start tomorrow and being able to enjoy all 68 kilometers.
De que den la salida mañana y de poder disfrutar de estos 68 kilómetros.
The first day of competitions has left us with great snapshots to remember. Time to rest for a few hours now. The competition isn't over yet, and the Buff Epic Trail 68 kilometers ultra race for the World Championships starts early in the morning. 68k and 5,000 meters of demanding elevation gain in a race that must be completed in less than 17 hours. Well, I feel pretty good after having run the Bastions and Ultra Barcelona, so we'll see how the Buff goes. I'm looking forward to getting started. I did it 2 years ago, same distance, and honestly, it went really well. I hope it goes just as well this year. Before the race kicks off, the tension and intense concentration can be seen on the faces of all participants. Their materials are checked before they can take on the challenge.
Bueno, sensaciones buenas, es una carrera...
Well, I feel good. It's a fairly slow race, quite difficult to run, the same for everyone. But I feel good and I hope it will be a good day, a great race, and I hope to be at my best. All the runners are ready and off they go on their adventure. Participants start gaining their ideal stride, advancing right alongside the river and realizing that the first climb will be a hard one. The favorites start to climb to the Coma Miñana peak from Port de la Gelada. We can see the Andorran runner Marc Casal leading the race. Italy's Luca Arrigioni is close behind. The gaps are quite small for now. The contender for the title are all within a minute of each other. At the Coma Miñana peak, Arrigioni catches up with Casal and they advance together. Technical spots make it difficult to move up the ridge. The sunrise is beautiful from the top of the mountain. The progress is constant in the early stages, and the most important thing is establishing a solid pace and body control. In an endurance race, the runners must understand how to control themselves. The Basque runner Maite Mayora seems to have strong legs and is already taking a significant lead. Despite the effort on her face, it's clear that she feels very comfortable so far. Gemma Arenas from La Mancha is Mayora's main pursuer. She seems really solid on the first climb and she starts eating and drinking so she doesn't lose energy. Farther along, we can see the Italian racer Turini having a challenging time in the technical parts. Rocky sections must be overcome with a cool head. Spectacular skyrunning landscapes. It is time to return to Barruera to see the start of the Boof Epic Trail 26K with the scores counting for the Catalan Cup and the Skyrunning Spain-Andorra series. The race will be intense with no time to rest. The leading pack reached the first third of the route in the Stany Royal. Casal and Arrigioni continued their duel and Miguel Eras is their main pursuer. Maite Mayora continues with her race strategy, making the distance even greater. There's no time for rest, and she takes advantage of the descent to show her technique. Gemma Arenas tries to catch up to their teammates and distance herself from the third place runner. She has to keep her lead steady. Casal takes advantage of his great mastery of descent to gain a vast edge. It looks like Borja Fernandez has come back from far behind and is now in second place. The Italian runner is suffering greatly and losing time. Mayora seems to have everything under control and arrives at Taúl halfway through the race with a clear head. She grabs supplies and continues on her path towards victory. Arenas follows her trail and it looks like they'll make it Spanish top too. It can be a determining factor in the final stretch. As the kilometers go by, the runner's legs become heavier and heavier. And we are back at the epicenter of the festival to see how Daniel Castillo celebrates his victory with Pinsac and Vidal in the 26K race. Georgina Gavarro is the fastest in the female category. We've reached 50K in the ultra race and the fatigue is palpable. Casal has a good lead and seems to be in a great shape to finish the race. He cannot be overconfident, yet as Anguita is gaining strength and is now in second place, distancing himself from his opponents. Borja Fernandez has been consistent throughout the race and continues to hold third place, but he'll have to fight up to the very last meters. Miguel Eras' legs are having a hard time holding up and he's losing time little by little. However, his compatriot Mayora is doing really well. She continues to lead the event with incredible grit, while Arenas is following in her footsteps to win the world silver medal. Turini continues with her pace, and it looks like she'll finish in third place. 10 kilometers are left to finish the journey, and Casal is breaking away from the pack. We'll see if the extremely ambitious Anguita manages to catch up. Mayora masters the ridges and begins to settle in. She wants to avoid surprises. The same for Arenas, who is very agile. Turini, on the other hand, is having a hard time with the final climb. Marc Casal doesn't let up and reaches the finish line all on his own. What an epic victory! A titanic effort to become the Sky Ultra World Champion. Gita is the world runner-up and lets out all his build-up tension when he reaches the finish line. His teammate Fernandez cannot believe he was able to finish third in these World Championships. The emotions are apparent at the finish line. We are still waiting to see if Maite Mayora will be the winner. And yes, it's her. She is reaching the finish line, demonstrating her great ability to persevere. She's the new Sky Ultra World Champion. Arenas takes on the last steps of the race and can finally celebrate earning the Ultra World Silver. Turini crosses the finish line calmly, savoring the bronze medal. Casal wins by a difference of just over 10 minutes, bringing the timer to a stop of 8 hours, 10 minutes and 20 seconds. In the end, Fernandez managed to earn the bronze. Mayora clearly dominated and beat Arenas by nearly 20 minutes. The three runners who reached the podium all managed to finish the race in less than 10 hours. It's an emotional moment on the podium as the winners celebrate their success that will last in their memories forever. There's a good vibe in it. I was already familiar with the course because we got here 2 weeks ago with the team to train. So I did the whole race in 2 days and became familiar with it. And I think it's important to become familiar with it because the course in this race is extremely technical. There are a lot of rocky areas and you have to be very careful. But really, the course is extremely beautiful.
Y bueno, pues la verdad es que el recorrido es súper bonito.
It's been a great day. I'm thrilled because I probably won't be able to say world champion again. And I'm super happy. And well, I just want to thank everyone. A new day is opening with nerves for the upcoming Buff Epic Trail 42K Joan Rojas Memorial Race. Right now I'm a bit nervous and ready to get started as soon as possible. I'm hoping for the best and looking forward to running. The level of the competition is really high in the marathon, but that means that whoever wins will definitely deserve it. I feel good in general, but like I said, it's going to be really hard to reach the podium. Not impossible, but difficult. Time for formalities prior to the start. Time to get mentally prepared, and the women are off in the World Championships. The pace is very intense in the flat section and we can see Lidondel and Cortázar going strongly. Small gaps are already beginning to appear. The men's start is coming up soon. The leading favorites are warming up and they know that they cannot let off the gas in the initial kilometers and that they must resist attacks from the rivals. It's going to be really tough up to Caldes until kilometer 15, and from there on it's going to be even harder. There's a section with drinks because it's going to be hot, high altitude and very technical. That's where all the positions in the race will start becoming clear most likely. I'm really happy to be here at the World Championships. For now we are second overall and we hope Italy finishes on on the podium today. Nerves and impatience before the starting gun. Everyone wants to show off their class. It's a fast start right at the beginning, and we can see how Ueda leads the group of favorites. Back to the women's race now, where the French runner Lirondelle has taken a lead over Cortázar at kilometer 6. The first climb is beginning to impact the race. Ueda, with his incredible climbing skills, is in the lead halfway through the race, with the Swiss runner Mathis just second behind. Manuel Merillas demonstrates his great technical skills and takes the lead before starting the descent. Mathis remains in second place, Ueda is struggling and finds himself in the third place with 14 kilometers to go. The Japanese runner will have to endure to keep a spot on the podium. We can see Zaid Atmalek showing his talent on the descent and advancing positions. In the women's category, Lirondelle continues to lead the race, but it looks like the effort is taking its toll. The Czech runner Basinova, who wasn't in the top 10 over the initial kilometers, is gaining ground and is now in second place. Cortázar can see that reaching her second podium in the championships is possible and holds strong in third place. Basinova has now taken the lead and is focusing on making it double of victories and taking the combined trophy. She's displaying her great form. Cortázar is solidifying her spot in second place. The runner Pineda is in third, but the Catalan runner Molist is right behind her. It looks like the women's podium will be decided by a few seconds. Mastering the technical downhill section is essential for gaining time before reaching the finish line. Merillas is in the final stretch and seems to be controlling the race really well. Ueda is suffering greatly, but is holding fast to third place. Merillas reaches the finish line exhausted but ecstatic. He's the Sky Wall champion. What a masterclass! Relieved, Mathis takes the silver, and Ueda is thrilled to get his long-awaited wall podium with the bronze. Three incredible sky runners who put on a fantastic show. Basinova maintains her lead at the head of the race and is on her way to her second victory. She's been in control of the race at all times and reaches the finish line overjoyed. She's been the strongest at the World Championships. Cortázar has the silver medal within reach and crosses the finish line full of emotion. Molist ends up with the bronze and can't believe it. Basinova took the Sky World Championships over 7 minutes ahead of Cortázar. Molist earned bronze, beating her teammate Pineda by 19 seconds.
Well, it's very unexpected for me, and I cannot say how happy I am to have actually 4 medals together. But honestly, I like this one most because this is my color. And yeah, I'm super happy to be in a Czech team and that I could help the Czech team to end up on a 3rd position, and it's been an amazing weekend.
Merillas has completed the Buff Epic Trail 42K Joan Rojas Memorial in just over 4 hours. The top 10 could have ended up with a variety of runners as it changed throughout the race. The top 3 share a moment together on the podium. I felt pretty good today. I checked the course a few weeks ago, so I knew where I could push it and where I couldn't, where my good spots would be and where they weren't. I tried to be as controlled as possible up to kilometer 15, and from then on, it was like I started an entirely different race, technical, with inclines, totally different. I pushed my luck and it worked out really well. I went from behind to the front and pushed as hard as I could at the end, and reach the finish line
Los
first.
últimos minutos de esta Buff Epic
Well,
Trail.
the final moments of this Buff Epic Trail with the last participants arriving, these finishers which are the symbol of this weekend. We've seen over 4,000 participants from 5 different continents. We hope to return next year once again to enjoy these magnificent mountains here next to the Aguas Tortas y está en the San Mauricio National Park.
De estas inmensas montañas, de este espectáculo de la naturaleza.
Con muchas ganas de volver y
I'm speechless. I think the pictures speak for themselves. It was spectacular, the weather was great, incredible, the people too, and the athletes of course. They are really courageous and we hope they all reach the finish line well. The 4th edition of the Buff Mountain Festival has come to an end. We've been able to experience, in addition to the trail races, a 12-kilometer race that was held on Sunday, a spectacular mountain bike event through the highest areas of the Pyrenees, and various outdoor recreational activities during the 4-day event. See you next time!